Welcome everybody. Today we will be playing as the Dallas Cowboys going against the New England Patriots. And the point of this video is to kind of discuss what we all witnessed yesterday with Tony Romo announcing that he is going to be the backup quarterback. That he's accepted his role. Dak's won this job, all the goody stuff that no one cares to hear. All anyone wants to hear is Jerry Jones basically say exactly what Romo said. Obviously not the backup part. The whole Dak's the starter. Dak deserves it. He's proven this. And we're still waiting on that. Which is a concern, I think, to many that basically everyone now at this point has given, Romo's waving the white flag. He surrendered. Dak won. It's no question in his, he's tried. He's competitive, all this and that. But it's Dak's job. He's done what he needed to. 8-1. 8-1 is a magnificent record. Let me tell everyone. If people try to hate on the Cowboys, I don't know how you can hate. It's just such a fun thing to watch this year, just for the mere fact of you're seeing rookies do this. That's literally what it is. Yes, they have Dez Bryant. They have this. They have that. They don't have a defense, so I don't want to hear that. But you hear, Dez Bryant's on the team. You gotta give credit to him. I feel more credit goes to Witten than any other veteran on that team, because Witten's played all year. Dez missed, 4 or 5 games in the middle of this whole win streak. I mean, that's big. I don't think Romo goes undefeated without Dez Bryant. Romo relies so much on Dez Bryant's athletic ability. He's a great receiver. That's not what I'm saying. But when in situations that Dak can run in, or Dak has to go through progressions like a normal quarterback, he wasn't ever able to have that syndrome like Matthew Stafford had his whole career up to this point. Your eyes got locked on to the receiver. In this case, it would be Dez. And for Romo, that happened more than you would have liked. And so that never could really happen for Dak Prescott, because he never had Dez Bryant. So, you look at it from that perspective, and it's even more amazing. Like Terrence Williams, very good in that span. I don't accredit him with much, just for the fact that Cole Beasley's been a big factor. Witten's been a very big. In the last 3 games, he had one game, I think it was against Cleveland. He did magnificent. He looked like it was 8 years ago, kind of Jason Witten type stuff. He was really good against the Browns, darn right, But it's Witten. You don't ever hear much productivity from him, other than a consistent, passing source. So you put that together with, you have no Dez Bryant for let's say half of these games that they've gone on a winning streak. So 4 out of the 8 you haven't had Dez. So you're winning without Dez Bryant. You're winning without Romo, which is basically unheard of. Last year that's exactly what situation they were in. They didn't have Zeke Elliott, but Zeke Elliott's very good, but you can easily clamp down on the run game if Dak Prescott wasn't so amazing in this year so far. So that's my thing. You don't see Romo. No one thinks Romo can win games 1. I think people are very hard on Romo. He's a very good quarterback if you look at what he's done. But other than that, we all know Romo isn't going on a 8-game winning streak. Half of it you don't have Dez Bryant. It just doesn't happen. He's had. Oh gosh, but. It's unheard of. If I tell you last year Romo was completely healthy, but Dez Bryant's out for half the season, you tell me the Cowboys either go 7-9 or 8-8. So, and that's you have those delusional Cowboy fans, which many Cowboy fans are actually pretty intelligent people. They just really like the Cowboys. which I know pisses a lot of others off, but it doesn't bother me. I mean, like your team, I like my team, you like yours. But, I mean, last year I tell you that Romo would have been healthy and that Dez is the only one out. You don't tell me that they win all those games because you know Romo needs Dez. So, and I'm really going off topic right now, but let's just end it at that. We know Romo wins with Dez, and it's very hard for him not to. It's very hard for him to without. Dak has been able to. Dak's proven very capable of it. So, I mean, that's that. Not to mention Dak Prescott. I mean, this goes for Romo too. Whoever's in the quarterback seat, they have a terrible defense. And Dak's played literally into the system that all Dallas fans want. You keep the ball, score, and then give the defense the chance. And if the defense doesn't come up with anything, that's when you finally have to say, okay, now offense has to score at least 3, so you can go up 10-0. You just have to consistently score. If the Dallas Cowboys cannot consistently score, you can't win games. I mean, it's just a fact. Like, that defense is actually decent this year, but it's a really bad defense overall. Like, you can't... If I tell you that defense goes to the Super Bowl, you're amazed. I mean, that offense must be prolific. But what I was saying is, you really just want to hear... I know this goes for most Cowboy fans, other than the ones that are either living in their old worlds or really have faith in Jerry Jones, but most Cowboy fans... Even the logical ones, I mean, especially the logical ones, even like a hypo, like somewhat like dreamy kind of fans that believe whatever, they still want to hear Jerry Jones say it because it means nothing coming from Romo. It helps. It might help Dak. Like, okay, he's behind me. He's this. He's that. But everyone's still waiting on Jerry Jones to say it because everyone's waiting on one bad game from Dak. Dak has one bad game. Everyone, I myself, believe that they throw Tony Romo in. I'm not saying they start him. I'm saying that, say he has one bad game, he throws 3 picks, they lose the game. Like, at that point, say it's they're 10-2, right? So say they lose this, not this week, next week. So they won 9 games straight. They finally lose one, and they're 10-2. That doesn't make sense math-wise, but you get my point. Hypothetically, let's say the record is 10-1. They go in, they lose. They're now 10-2. I could see Dak still starting, but you see reps from Romo in game, which we haven't seen at all this year. I don't agree with it. The kid has one bad game. He's a rookie. You got to give him one bad game. And he has one game, and you're going to tell me that you're going to throw Romo in? And Jerry Jones is that person that would because his pride is in Tony Romo. He bets that he wants Romo to win the Super Bowl. It would be a shame. I think he said it himself. He quoted as saying that it would be a shame for us not to win a Super Bowl with Tony Romo. And you hear that, and you're like, no, it wouldn't. If you won a Super Bowl, just because it's not with Romo, you're telling me it's like you're mad? How can you be upset that you won a Super Bowl, say this year with Dak Prescott under center? You'd be upset. We don't know he wouldn't be, but I think still he would inside be very upset that he wasn't able to do it with Tony Romo. Now, Tony would be getting a ring, but it wouldn't be a ring that Tony got. Needless to say. Tony was along for the ride. And for quarterbacks, they want to be the reason they win Super Bowls, not the backup. Especially in Tony Romo's case, because like I said, he's a very good quarterback, very capable. But at this point in his career, I think it's very safe to say he's not a healthy enough person. Let's be honest. He got hit in the back by... I understand, Cliff Avrill's a big dude, but he got hit in the back by Cliff Avril, and his back broke. Quarterbacks take so many hits in games. Even Dallas quarterbacks, they have a great line. They're still going to take hits. And he takes... I think you probably take at least, let's say like 5 hits a game under that Dallas line, right? Romo is going to be even more. Dak gets away with stuff because he can run and get away from pressure. But if you're Romo, you get taken down all the time in the back because you can't run. You got to either throw it away. You still can get hit when you throw it away. I mean, people make jokes of it, but it's true. Like, you can't see... It's hard to see Romo playing a full game this year, even if he was able to start, for that fact that he's not healthy. Like, Yeah, he's healthy, but like as a person, he's not physically capable of staying like injury. I don't know the word, but like he gets injured way too often. That's what I'm trying to say. And Dak doesn't. The Dak is the future. I mean, people saw it in preseason. Oh, he's the future. He's the future. It's even more now than ever. I mean, in preseason they're thinking, oh great, we have a future for when Tony leaves, right? Well, Tony got hurt in preseason. He's now taken over. He's now, incredible rookie. I mean, he's putting up, I think, the best stats of any rookie quarterback ever. Yeah, I think he's like 12 touchdowns, 2 picks, and I mean, it's just insane. The one glimpse I can say of a rookie that you really saw from Dak Prescott was in that game against Philadelphia on Monday night. He showed glimpse that he's still a rookie / human being type. That he threw, a bad pick in the end zone that you never saw Dak do before, really. And so, yeah, I mean, many people said, well, he had a bad game. No, he didn't. He had a bad game. Romo wasn't, my voice cracked, sorry. Romo wasn't available in that game. I mean, I bet you many people see them putting in Romo after such a... I mean, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't even pretty in the fourth quarter. It wasn't pretty when they won. It finally got better towards the end of overtime when they finally scored that touchdown because Dak finally saw where these blitzes were coming from and all that. But until that point, I mean, it was bad game for Dak Prescott. And so I feel like if Romo was available, he would have played somewhat in that game, especially knowing that they went into overtime. They might have thrown him in as Romo. They say Romo chokes. Romo's got some of the most incredible game-winning drives in the last couple of years. I've seen some stuff. I mean, that's the thing is, I don't even know. I don't know how you could put Romo back in the fire at this point. I mean, that'd be hard on Romo to live up to. Not even, putting in the fact that it's stupid, one. But I guess my other point I want to talk about, now that we're past that, because obviously we already know that it's stupid that you shouldn't put Romo back in Dak's future. So now I got that thing over with, I think, well, this guy's about to quit, so that's hysterical. I mean, you're the Patriots and you're losing this bad. I mean, Brady did throw 5 picks and pick 6 this game, but I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is, just to end the video real quick, if they put Romo in, I believe their season, they don't go as far as they can. I think that can take them to the championship game. I think they lose. I think it will be Seattle in Dallas in that championship game. And Dallas will lose because Seattle is just more experienced in playoffs. I think Russell Wilson's something special in the playoffs. They don't have a great O-line, but the Cowboys don't really have any good pass rushers to take advantage of it, right? I mean, the O-line's getting better. I mean, I thought they were going to get killed by New England. They didn't. Their O-line has made much more progress in the first game of the year. That's that. So I think just don't put Romo in. Let's keep it at that, okay? But I'm going to sign out. Like and subscribe and leave what you think in the comments below. Out.